Hello there guys, it's Stephen here back with another video. How are you all doing today? It's Monday, the worst day of the week, and I'm still hungover from a pretty epic birthday party on Saturday. But I thought I'd do a video today, 5 things learned. It was meant to be yesterday, but I was simply too tired. Lay on my sofa, just eating Nando's, trying to get over the hangover. But today, with fresh eyes and all that kind of stuff, and a little bit of rest, I thought we'd look at the Fulham game one final time ahead of the Champions League game, and just think about 5 things that we learned from that game. And don't forget as well, if you are new to this channel, make sure you click that subscribe button so you get videos all the time about Manchester City Football Club, including youth reviews, transfer news, all that kind of stuff, and loads of stuff like previews and match reactions and vlogs from games as well, all that kind of stuff basically. But anyway, let's get into the 5 things that we learned from Manchester City's 3-0 win over Fulham at the Etihad Stadium on Saturday. Now the first thing we learned is that Bernardo Silva is gold. Yes, he really is the man to replace David Silva at some point in the future. We've been lucky to watch a lot of magicians play for Manchester City, from Georgi Kinkladze to Ali Benarbia to Ayel Berkovic, right through to Colin Bell, then through to the likes of David Silva, De Bruyne, Yaya and Nasri. But Bernardo Silva may just have the best touch of the lot of them. He was absolutely sublime on Saturday at times. So good. Not only is he just technically adept, he's so hard working as well. It's his tenacity, and when you marry that alongside his sublime technical ability, well, you have the perfect playmaker, and he seems to be getting better this season already. He did say as well that you find the second season easy, given that he's adapted to life over here, and Pep said he was so happy for him that he's the most popular player in the squad at times, and he just couldn't be happier in a performance from one of his players. He just ran the show. He was fantastic. The kind of stuff that just makes you laugh out loud how good he is, and it seems like now he's starting to settle into that central role. It looks like when David Silva does hang up his boots and we all cry a big long cry, Bernardo could slide in there and do a more than passing impression, if not potentially, hopefully, maybe one day be even better. It's a long way to go for that to happen, but he does show signs of promise. The second thing we learned is that Pep expects a lot of his players. Now, he was allegedly, according to reports today, furious with his team and how sloppy they were with the ball at times. He wanted the team to go out there and absolutely batter Fulham. You have 28 chances, you should be scoring more than 3 goals. And our possession and our general dominance of the game, it didn't convert in what Pep would have wanted. Pep doesn't like to let up. He likes to put teams to the sword. He likes to kill games off early. And he also doesn't really accept sloppy passing and kind of taking your eye off the ball a little bit. At times, I don't think we were quite as bad as maybe he made out to the players, but that isn't the point. The point is, why settle for less when you can get much more? Pep doesn't really like half measures, and he always wants his team and his players to be utmost focused, and I love that. I love that Pep is a furious and very dedicated taskmaster, always pushing his players to do more and more and more, because that's what they should be. If he just goes, yeah, good 3-0 lads, that'll be alright, complacency can settle in, but he's like, no, you misplaced passes here, you should have finished that chance, all this kind of stuff, and that's the focus that we need to retain the title this season. We learned also that Fabian Delph, everyone's favourite Yorkshireman, is still a very good left back. Now, I think Mendy was, according to some reports, had a slight knock. Some people said it was a tactical thing, but in general, Mendy wasn't there, and we showed how good we can be with Fabian Delph. The system was very much like last season in terms of a 4-3-3 with Sane and Sterling out wide, and Delph behind Sane gave us that defensive stability that we needed, and he absolutely revelled playing football. You can see that he'd missed being out there in the starting 11 at Manchester City, because he was all over the place. His energy never stopped. He was running, he was dribbling past people at one point with some beautiful Ronaldinho-esque, Delfinho-esque footwork, and he was just great. So reliable, so solid, and a fantastic player. And it's another reminder of how good our squad depth actually is at the moment. It's just so good that we got players like him who can step in out of the cold and just be that good. Now, he's, in my opinion, a very viable option to start some games ahead of Mendy. I love Mendy, but what he offers is something very different to Benjamin Mendy. He's a different kind of player entirely, but one just utmost reliable, such a quality player. And onto the subject of Phil Foden, the 4th thing we learned, it's going to be very tough for him to get game time this season. Now, Pep said in the press conference after the game that he felt almost guilty that he didn't get Phil Foden onto the pitch. Now, some people have said online, well, maybe he shouldn't feel guilty, treat him like anyone else in the squad do, in terms of if he comes on by merit, he doesn't. I also understand that thing, because I think Pep understands the responsibility to give young 18-year-old Phil Foden, the wonder kid, some game time here and there. I was disappointed, I'm not going to lie, but I kind of understand it to agree. I don't agree with it, but I understand where he was coming from. Now, obviously, when Aguero came off, we were absolutely cruising at that point, so there's no reason why it could have been a switch for Foden, and then Sterling could have played as a false nine or something like that. But he brought Gabriel Jesus on. He obviously wants to give him some game time, and I kind of understand that too. For me, it didn't feel necessary. The Mahrez one didn't feel necessary in my personal opinion. I think Mahrez could have stood on the bench that day, and Phil Foden could have got some minutes. But it's just how it is. Pep Guardiola deserves our trust. We all agree with that. But I do think and do hope that we might see some Foden minutes in the next few weeks at least. He did say the games are going to come thick and fast now, 3 games every week, so he will get his chance, fingers crossed. And finally, for this list at very least, so there's loads more talking points, and I'll get onto some of them briefly after this 5th point. Fernandinho, there is life in the old dog yet. He was so good. It goes without saying sometimes that Fernandinho just is excellent. Sometimes it's worth pointing out though, because he's 33 years old now, like myself. God, I'm getting really old. But he's 33 years old now, and in the Premier League, in the most physical league in world football, he still had that energy to bomb forward, and he was absolutely crucial to our success on Saturday. His interception for the first goal, then his pass for Sane, just magnificent stuff. And it's the Fernandinho that we come to expect. I don't think he's a busted flush. Some people were saying his form looked a bit ropey at the start of the season. The man just needs rest. Now, after an international break where he wasn't playing games, it's no surprise to me that he came back and looked absolutely ready for games. It's absolutely vital that we rest Fernandinho at some points this season. That is where our squad depth has to come into play, because we need to give him the game time to get his energy levels back, because if we get an injury to Fernandinho, it would genuinely be a disaster. Touch wood, it doesn't happen, but that's how important he is. Sometimes I think I could have talked about Sane scoring, I could have talked about Sterling's performances or Laporte's performances, all worthy of mentions, but I want to talk about Fernandinho because I think he deserves the focus, guys. But anyway, that's the 5 things that I took from the game. There's loads more talking points as I just hinted at. It comes to Sane, Sterling, Laporte, maybe even about the system that we set up and all that kind of stuff. Even Mahrez's form, maybe. Whatever you want to talk about, is loads. But the place for that is down in the comments below. There's only 5 things in discuss, and they're the 5 things I chose today. Guys, let me know what you think of this video. Let me know about all the points that I discussed. Subscribe if you're new. Like this video. Get in the comments below, and I'll see you next time.